Welcome to another AriesPointProject video. My name is Aaron Savage. Today is May 10th, 2022. And we are currently sitting at 0, Aries point with Jupiter. So this is a good moment to do a video, I figured. In life, a lot of times, we don't do things because we're thinking too much. In a few hours, we're doing Mercury retrograde. And so a lot of the things that have been playing out in your mind the past few weeks, months, maybe years, are going to be under review in these next couple weeks here. What is Mercury? Well, the mind, communication, the way you think. It's the messenger of the gods, not the master of the gods. And in this world right now, when you get caught up in the mind, it starts to dictate things. It starts to override what you feel is right for you through rationalizations, shoulda, coulda, wouldas, probabilities, potentials. And oftentimes when you're caught in the mind, it's because there's some emotion that wants to come forth through you, which is making the mind spin. Timing. The right timing is always after action. And we don't always know when the right action is. It just sort of lines up a lot of times. But to cut through all the probabilities in this world, you have to select something. You have to choose a path. And oftentimes it's related to a deep desire, a yearning. And the mind will get in the middle of it and tell you all these reasons why it doesn't matter or you shouldn't do it. Start to remember all these past loops, all these hurts, all these traumas, all these experiences. But the mind doesn't take into account that everything is dynamic. And oftentimes we go through past hurts, loops, traumas, all these things so that we can move forward and grow through them. I have a South Node in Aries. And I'm quick to make decisions a lot of times. Sometimes those decisions, they're not well thought out. And I often learn the hard way through that. And for that reason, I know that mistakes aren't the end-all, be-all. I know that I've stressed a lot over things that actually didn't matter. We amplify things through cognition. keeping dead energies alive within us. Now we're in the middle of this eclipse tunnel. We're heading into that Scorpio full moon, full lunar eclipse. And partially it's a release, partially it's a resignation. But it's also a reliving through new eyes today, tomorrow. Settle into your feeling. I feel this is a time, this Mercury retrograde, where you can act first, think later. Don't let fear dictate what you're going to do. Act as if everything's okay, and it's going to be okay. Because in truth it will. Mistakes are oftentimes just hard lessons. And so making a few mistakes here and there is no big deal. Confronting fears, that's something we got to do every day in many different ways. Dealing with past shame, guilt, not wanting to relive those experiences or recreate them, only furthers to play out those loops. You have to go through it. So forget how you used to do things, do something in a new way. You know, the polarity of every action is in the subtle energies. And desire, through this full moon lunar eclipse coming up, is informing you, but you got to get through the mind. The best way to do that is to just do it. Don't ask for permission, beg for forgiveness if you must. Live as if this is your only life, because that's how you honor this life. Life is a spiritual process. We're forging spirit through this mind-body machine and the dynamics of this world we're in. But you have to act. That which does not kill you makes you stronger. And when the path ahead, when the choice ahead is hard, that means you're on the right path. Because oftentimes nothing easy is worth doing in this world. But those things that are hard, they often pay out. And you can see that in the most mundane experiences in life to the most grandiose. After a hard day's work, it's easier to sleep. So during this time we're in, gently lean into the fear. You have your own support, and when you find that within yourself, you reciprocate it in the world around you. Life is full of dichotomies. But if you sit there trying to analyze the equations and draw up all these different ways to crack the code, you miss the point. Because it's all in the feeling of the process, not the analyzation of it. Analysis is good in its times. But paralysis by analysis is a cold loop. You need something alive, a living mind. And you can only get that from going within. Honoring that within you that needs to come forth. That which you are moving towards. So flow and swim when you feel the urge. You can always recorrect. And if something or someone isn't reciprocal of you, that speaks more to that thing, that person, that situation than it does to you. It's a clarifier for you. So keep your head up and get in the sun, get into the body, get into the dirt, get into the simplicity of life and the little things to help guide you, to help keep you on track. June 3rd into June 4th, Mercury will be going direct. Saturn will turn retrograde. So there's a handoff of energy here. When Saturn goes retrograde, it will be squaring Venus. Currently squaring the nodes. It will be squaring the nodes pretty much the rest of this year. So these times are for you. But you have to use the energy. Don't let it use you. You're a student. You're alive. No one knows it all. No one's perfect. We're here to learn. And you can only learn in ignorance. So move forward confidently in your ignorance. Assessing. Not too much, but a little. Just enough to make mistakes wise. And if you do that, you're making use of this time in an optimal way. Well, that's all I had to say, so thanks for watching and take care.